Say it with me now. Adding language and sexual content does not make a YA book adult. Hello and welcome to my channel. In this video we're going to be talking about Godblind by Anna Stephens, which was a bit disappointing for me on this one, which we're going to talk about. So, as I alluded to in the introduction, this is something that I would consider to be YA Grimdark. And I say that because this book very much feels like a YA story. And there's nothing necessarily wrong with that. So the thing too, so, you know, I'm not trying to say, oh, YA is bad and that's why this is bad. I am just not a huge fan of this. And it has a kind of feel where the characters we're told are a little bit older, but they're written as if they're your young characters you'd find in a YA novel. The plot lines are pretty straightforward and simple, and there's not a lot of complexity there, so it's very easy to follow. And this is a very quick and easy read, which can definitely be a positive. In fact, that's why I picked this up right now. I wanted a quick, easy read to get through, but it also then is just thrown in some adult content, so to speak. And I think the idea is that that's going to make this not a YA book, but it's still a YA book. It's just a YA Grimdark type of book, because this does have some darkness here as well. And the big thing I had specifically heard about this book is that there's just some incredibly just messed up, gruesome scene. And I'm like, yeah, but it's no worse than something that I'm pretty sure Steven Erikson has written probably multiple times. I don't know, and I'm sure plenty of other authors as well. It just wasn't that bad. I thought it was gruesome, but I don't know. I expected something much worse. I kept thinking, was that it? Is there going to be something else really gruesome that happens? Never quite got there, but the plot here. Let's talk a little bit about that here. Is specifically we have this religion essentially that follows the Dark Lady in this country. And the Dark Lady is a goddess that you worship with pain and suffering and death. So human sacrifices, the more painful, the better, that type of thing. And that's kind of what we have set up there. And then we have another country that's going through some turmoil, and they follow like the different gods of light and others, a few other gods too there as well. But that's kind of the setup here. And what we're building toward is that there's going to be some big war. There's some portents leading to that as well. And we start with a character who escapes from this country with the Dark Lady after she's been abused there. And she, I guess, very mild spoiler, but this is the inciting incident of the book. It happens in the first chapter. She kills the king of this country, and that's kind of what starts everything that's going to be happening with it as well. I'm pretty sure that it's in the blurb. I don't remember it though, but I would assume that it is. So that's kind of our inciting incident. And overall, it's not poorly written. Like I said, this is just it's streamlined and feels like for a younger audience, but with the adult content. And that's, for me, what makes it feel, and one of the reasons why I struggle with this type of book where it feels YA, but it has the grimdark elements or has the adult stuff thrown in, is because it makes it feel like you're just trying too hard to be edgy, trying too hard to put this in. There's a lot of language in here, and there's, like I said, there's sexual content as well, and some heavy things happening there also, which including the way that the book opens, which I feel like it's just designed to be like, look, this is really dark, this is really edgy, this is not for younger readers, but then the book proceeds to be written very much for younger readers. And I think too, if you're looking for something, if you like really dark stuff, and you want something that's just light, easy to get through, not light and content-wise, but this is not a super long book, and it reads very quickly as well. So if that's the kind of thing that you're looking for, I think this would work out really well. For me, it would have been about 3 stars, which is fine. It's not for me, it's fine. I ended up downgrading a little bit because granted, I probably should have just DNF'd this, but I really wanted to start and finish something, and this was short, and I knew I was going to get through it quickly, so I continued, even though I knew it wasn't really for me. But toward the end, there were just a few things that just really, really did it, where it's like, I'm so edgy, I'm going to put this thing, and I'm going to do this thing with this character so you really know they're a bad guy, and I'm just like, really? And it just kind of, it just went a little too over the top with what it was doing, and so that just brought it down a little bit for me. But overall, I feel like it's just, this one didn't really do anything for me, because, and one of the reasons why I don't tend to read a lot of YA, because YA can be great, and if you're in the mood for something lighter, I think that definitely is something there, and I've read some YA that's great, but a lot of it tends to be, once again, it's a little bit more shallow a lot of times, and streamlined with what's happening, because it's designed to be easy to follow, it's designed to be easy to read, and if that's what you're looking for, it's great. I want a little bit more. And for me here, the characters felt very shallow. I didn't really care much about them, or care whose POV I was following. Like, there's a bit of romance in here, which just seemed a little bit forced and trite to me. And it was fine, but it also just felt like teenagers, even though the characters were supposed to be older. There was one character that, which granted the names were weird, because I did some audio for this one along with the physical one. They pronounced the character Cries. I would have thought it was Chris or something, or Chris or something, but no, Cries, and that was a weird name. And a character named Dorcas at some point, which is okay. But anyway, so the one character I was a little bit more interested in, but even then, it's just the plot lines. They tend to move way too quickly, in my opinion, where we have I suspect there might be something going on here, and then it just immediately happens. There's not really, there's no build up to anything. Everything just is happening, and once again, it's very fast paced. It was easy to get through. It's just, this is not what I'm looking for when I'm reading a book, and because of the fact that it felt so young and so dark, it felt forced to me. And I've read some other, plenty of other grimdark things as well, and I don't mind the elements. Like I said, it's just when it feels forced is when it kind of just pulls me out of it a little bit. So this one didn't do a lot for me, but like I said, if you like it dark, and you're okay with something younger reading, or you're just looking for a quick read, you're like, I want to read something quick and messed up. I know there's a lot of people who like that sort of thing as well. This is not a bad book. It just wasn't really for me and didn't really give me what I was looking for. But those are really my thoughts on Godblind. Let me know if you've read this one, if you agree, disagree, or also let me know too about the really gruesome scene. Like, am I super desensitized? Do people really find it worse than I did? Because I'm really curious. I just was like, after I got to it, I waited the rest of the book thinking, is something else going to happen? Because I just didn't think it was that bad. So maybe I'm more near to grimdark than I thought I was. But anyway, let me know in the comments. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to give it a like. Check the link in the description, as always, for the Wizard of the Enclave Discord. If you want to chat books for this book, other books, really anything at all, it's a lot of fun, and we'd love to have you. And of course, if you enjoy my content, make sure to subscribe.